Good morning, everyone. It's Lee Henson, President and founder of Agile Dad, and it's time for today's episode of the Daily Stand-Up. So without any further ado, let's get started. I received probably what may have been the best compliment in my entire life last week from one of my students, and I didn't even realize it until I recorded this podcast. I had a chance to explore and learn more about this person. So let me give you some backstory. So I'm teaching a class. I'm teaching a certified Scrum Master class. So nothing special, nothing dramatic, something I do all the time. And I love to give little nuggets, little pearls of wisdom inside of these courses. And someone wrote in the chat, they didn't even say it out loud. They said, I finally figured out who you remind me of. They said, you remind me of Randy Pausch, Pausch. And at first, I had no idea who he was. I'd never heard of the guy. So I did some research, and I saw that he was born on October 23rd of 1960 and passed on July 25th of 2008. He was an American educator and a professor of computer science, human-computer interaction, and design at Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh. So at first I thought, how does that relate? Because I didn't consider myself to be that smart. I didn't consider myself to be, that type of person. But then I went on to read about all the things that he did with his life. And one of those included being a Disney Imagineer. And he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in September of 2006. And in August of 2007, he was given a terminal diagnosis. His doctors told him he had 3 to 6 months of good health left. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is Uplifting Friday. Why am I telling you these things? Because I had an opportunity to listen to something that he calls The Last Lecture, Achieving Your Childhood Dreams. And he goes through his 5 childhood dreams and just describes all the things that he did to make sure that he could achieve and live up to the things that he wanted to do to make his life the best it could possibly be. And I thought it's so interesting because it was filled with so many good quotes. It was filled with so many pearls of wisdom. I don't even know where to start. So I'll start with this. He started off talking about experience, and I love what he said. He says, a lot of people say, how can I get the job without experience? Or how can I get experience without having a job? And I love this quote. He says, experience is what you get when you didn't get what you want. So experience is what you get when you did not get what you want. I'm like, wow, that's exactly what happens, right? Because sometimes you have to learn how to handle things as life deals it to us. And I just thought that's so cool. It's so important for us to remember when we get denied, when we get a no, when we get a rejection, that's okay. It's the experience that we get from that rejection and how we handle it that's going to help us overcome things in the future. Another one that he said was, brick walls are here for a reason. They're not meant to keep us out. The brick walls are there to give us a chance to show everyone else how badly we really want something. Oh my goodness. I got chills just saying it. That is like so something I would say, right? I've had so many brick walls in my life, and I've had so many challenges and so many things happen. And when I realized that this person was comparing me to this legend, this guy, I couldn't help it. I went to YouTube and I watched a video of the lecture. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you're watching me, you can see I cried like a baby. It was probably one of the most touching presentations I've ever seen. Not to mention that his presentation style was a lot like mine. Here's a couple more quotes that moved me. I don't want to tell you too much, so I want you to go watch the video. So this one says, we cannot change the cards we're dealt. We can only change how we play the hand. So true, right? It's just sometimes in life we're dealt a really good hand. Other times in life, for other situations, maybe not so much. But it's not about always having the best hand. It's about how you play it, right? And I love, that this was probably one of the overarching things when he was talking about Imagineering and achieving your dreams. He said, never lose your childlike wonder. Show gratitude. Don't complain. Just work harder. Never give up. And I think that if we went through life living by some of these principles, I think it'd be so much better for us. I think that we'd experience so much more. It would have so much more energy. And even in death, even in knowing that he was going to pass and he was terminally ill, someone challenged him and said, why are you so upbeat? Why are you so happy? And his answer was, I don't know how to not have fun. I'm dying and I'm still having fun. I'm going to keep having fun for every day I've got left. Wow. How many of us live by that creed? How many of us, do that, behave that way and live life that way? That's just so fantastic to think of that. Another person asked him at some point in an interview, why did he wait until he was in his late 30s to get married? Because that's a long time, right? And he said, to be honest, it took me that long to find someone that I loved more than I loved myself. At first I thought, oh my goodness, that's so harsh. But then the more I thought about it, I said, that's probably the right thing to do. And the funny part about that is, sharing personal information again. And I don't think this person on the other end had any idea that, I was married at 28. So it's just so interesting to see some of these parallels. I wasn't in my late 30s, but it took me that long to find somebody I really loved. I think the last piece of advice that he gave, or the last quote, as they put it, the one that kind of sealed the deal for him, the one that left his legacy behind, he said, if I only had 3 words of advice, there would be tell the truth. If he gave me 3 more words, I'd add all the time. I've had so many people have come through my classes who feel like I've lived a semi-charmed life, or that I've had an opportunity to do so many things. And, how did you have enough time in your life to do all these things? And I think part of it is that I take so much time to give back that I get blessed with more time. I know that sounds weird, but I always have time to do all the things that I need to do and that I love to do, because I do all the things that I should do. And I challenge you to dig a little deeper this Friday. Find something that you should do. But most importantly, for the first time ever on one of these podcast episodes, I'm going to give you a homework assignment. I'm going to put a link to Randy's video in the comment, or in the description. I challenge you to go watch the video. The video is over an hour long, so make sure you have some time set aside. But I'm also going to remind you, make sure you have some Kleenex handy, because what I can tell you is this awe-inspiring man is a pillar like none I've ever seen. He truly lived his dreams. And this video just encapsulated what pure service and pure love for others was to me. He knew how to help and uplift students. He knew how to help and uplift people. And the joy he found in seeing success in others was unsurpassed by anyone I've ever met. And oftentimes when I'm teaching my classes, if I'm teaching a certified Scrum Master, or a certified Scrum Product Owner class, or any other class for that matter, I often feel that same passion for my students. I love getting emails years down the line saying, those things that you taught me, I still apply them today, or you have no idea how far I've come with the education and teaching that you gave me. And it humbles me, because my intent is to help change lives. My intent is to help uplift and guide people. But I'm sure there've been 10 others who went through my class who said, that was fun, and moved on, without taking away all the learning objectives, without taking away all the nuggets and pearls of wisdom. But as long as there's one from time to time who expresses their gratitude, and who will go down with a fight and do all they can to help make a difference for themselves in their own personal lives and in their journey with regard to work, I think that that's the reward. The reward in the end is having so many people that will uplift you and support you and make you better and make you stronger. And the key is to surround yourself with people who are stronger than you. And sometimes that's not easy, and sometimes you got to dig a little more. But what I can tell you is there's definitely power in the message that Randy shares, and beyond power that I have. There's power for you to be uplifted. And I hope that you'll just take a few moments, 60 or 75 to be exact, and go visit him and take a look at this video. It will inspire you. It will uplift you. And I have a feeling that I'm going to pull from this what my five childhood dreams might be. And who knows, I might end up turning that into a longer presentation and talking about that, because I really do think that this video is one of the most impactful things that I could have ever seen. And I look forward to reading his book. Well, that does it for Friday. I'm sure I went a little long. I apologize for that. As always, I encourage you to visit agiledad.com, where you can learn more about any Agile topic. But take some time this weekend. Go spend some time with Randy. You certainly won't regret it. On behalf of the entire Agile Dad team, thanks for being part of our podcast. Thanks for being a subscriber, and thanks for being amazing. Live your best life, stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile, my friends. Until next time, do take care.